The Final Ascent. The cold bit into Michael's skin like shards of glass, each gust of wind whispering promises of doom. The summit of K2 loomed above, a jagged crown piercing the gray sky. Michael adjusted his oxygen mask, feeling the thin strap dig into his frost-nipped cheeks. This was it, his last chance to conquer the mountain that had haunted his dreams for years. But this climb wasn't just about the mountain. It was about Bianca. The radio crackled faintly against the roar of the wind. "Michael, do you copy?" Bianca's voice was weak but steady, her determination a lifeline woven through static. She was stationed at base camp, monitoring his progress with relentless precision. "Copy, Bianca," Michael rasped, his voice rough from the cold and exhaustion. "Almost there." His fingers, encased in thick gloves, trembled as he gripped the ice axe. Every step was an act of defiance against gravity, fatigue, and fear. The snow beneath his crampons crunched ominously, a reminder that even the slightest misstep could send him plummeting into the abyss. Memories of their last expedition together flooded his mind. Bianca's laughter echoing off granite cliffs, her bright eyes reflecting the firelight under star-laden skies. But that expedition had ended in disaster, claiming the life of their closest friend. Since then, guilt had been Michael's constant companion, gnawing at the edges of his sanity. Now, redemption was within reach. As he ascended, he noticed something unusual, an unnatural gleam partially buried beneath the ice. Curiosity outweighed caution. He knelt, scraping away the snow to reveal an ancient medallion etched with cryptic symbols. His heart pounded. What was this doing here, at the roof of the world? Suddenly, the ground trembled. An avalanche? No, it was subtler, like a pulse rippling through the mountain itself. "Bianca, I found something," Michael whispered into the radio. Her response was immediate. "Describe it, quickly." He detailed the medallion, hearing Bianca's breath catch. "Michael, that matches the description of an artifact linked to the lost civilization of Shambhala. It shouldn't be here." Driven by a surge of adrenaline, Michael secured the medallion and pressed onward. The summit was deceptively close, but each meter felt like a mile. As he reached the peak, the wind fell eerily silent. Standing at the top of the world, Michael expected to feel triumph. Instead, he felt watched. A shadow moved. He wasn't alone. Emerging from the swirling mist was a figure cloaked in tattered robes, eyes glowing faintly like embers. Michael instinctively reached for his ice axe, but the figure raised a hand, palm outward, in a gesture of peace. "The medallion," the stranger rasped. "It does not belong to you." Michael tightened his grip. "Who are you?" The figure stepped closer, revealing a face etched with lines of wisdom and sorrow. A guardian. That relic binds more than just metal and stone. It holds the key to a power forgotten by time. Michael's radio crackled again. "Michael, get out of there! The weather's turning and your vitals are spiking." But Michael couldn't turn back, not yet. "What kind of power?" he asked, his voice a mix of fear and fascination. "The power to reshape reality, or to destroy it." The mountain trembled again, this time violently. Fissures split the ice beneath Michael's feet. He had to choose, hand over the medallion or uncover the truth. Against all reason, he chose the latter. Clutching the artifact, he sprinted down the ridge, the guardian's cryptic warnings echoing behind him. The storm erupted with a fury that seemed almost sentient, as if the mountain itself was enraged. Michael navigated the treacherous descent, his mind racing. Bianca's voice guided him through the chaos, her calm instructions anchoring him to reality. "You need to reach Camp 4. I'm coming up. Hold on." "No, Bianca, stay put. It's too dangerous." But she was already on her way. Hours later, amid the blizzard's wrath, their paths crossed. Bianca's face was etched with worry and determination. "We're getting off this mountain, together." They battled the elements side by side, the medallion burning like a brand against Michael's chest. Strange phenomena followed them. Hallucinations, whispers in the wind, glimpses of impossible landscapes flickering at the edge of perception. As they neared the base, the ground gave way beneath them, plunging them into a hidden cavern illuminated by an otherworldly glow. They had discovered a temple carved into the heart of the mountain, its walls covered in the same symbols as the medallion. Bianca reached out, tracing the ancient script. "This isn't just a legend, it's real." The medallion reacted, floating from Michael's hand to embed itself in a stone pedestal. The chamber trembled, revealing a portal shimmering with ethereal light. Michael and Bianca exchanged a look, fear, awe, and an unspoken question. Do we step through? Hand in hand, they crossed the threshold, leaving behind the world they knew. But their adventure was far from over. In the realm beyond, they would face challenges that made K2 seem like a mere foothill, confronting ancient forces and truths about themselves that would change them forever. And it all began with a single step into the unknown. The underground city. Linda adjusted her headlamp, the narrow beam slicing through the dense darkness of the tunnel. The stale air was thick with dust, and the faint sound of dripping water echoed off the ancient stone walls. Behind her, Peter carefully maneuvered over the jagged rocks, his backpack laden with excavation tools and mapping equipment. They were part of a team of archaeologists sent to investigate strange anomalies beneath the bustling modern metropolis of New Haven. What they found would change history forever. The tunnel had been uncovered accidentally during a subway expansion project. The workers had stumbled upon a sealed stone doorway etched with symbols that defied known historical records. It was Linda's expertise in ancient scripts that had earned her a place on this expedition. Peter, a rugged adventurer with a knack for solving puzzles, had volunteered as the lead field researcher. As they ventured deeper, the oppressive silence grew, broken only by their footsteps and the occasional creak of ancient structures settling. The walls, lined with carvings, depicted scenes of a civilization both advanced and primitive, machines powered by unknown energy sources, towering structures intertwined with organic life, and people with elongated features and eyes that seemed to glow even in stone relief. "Peter, look at this," Linda whispered, running her fingers over a particularly detailed carving. It showed a gateway surrounded by swirling patterns and figures reaching towards it in reverence or fear. Peter leaned in, his brow furrowed. "It's not just art. This could be a map or instructions." They pressed forward, driven by equal parts curiosity and an unspoken sense of dread. The tunnel opened into a vast cavern, the ceiling lost in darkness above. Their headlamps revealed structures unlike anything on the surface. Spires of metal and stone fused seamlessly, bridges suspended by unseen forces, and strange symbols glowing faintly on walls and pillars. "This isn't just an underground city," Linda murmured. "It's something otherworldly." Suddenly, the ground trembled slightly. Dust rained from the ceiling. Peter instinctively pulled Linda back as part of the floor gave way, revealing a chasm below. Peering over the edge, they saw faint lights far beneath, not reflections, but active sources of illumination. Determined to uncover the truth, they found a narrow stairway spiraling down along the cavern wall. As they descended, the lights grew brighter, casting eerie shadows. The air grew warmer, filled with a faint hum as if the city itself breathed. Reaching the bottom, they found themselves in what appeared to be a central hub. Monolithic structures towered around them, and strange devices hummed with dormant energy. At the center stood a massive obelisk, its surface alive with shifting symbols and pulses of light. Linda approached cautiously, her heart pounding. As she touched the obelisk, a surge of energy coursed through the air. The symbols flared brightly, and mechanisms hidden within the city awoke with mechanical groans and hissing steam. Peter drew his flashlight, sweeping the area. Shadows moved where there should be none. Figures emerged from the darkness, tall, humanoid shapes with eyes that glowed like embers. "Linda, we need to move." "Now," Peter hissed, grabbing her hand. They sprinted through the labyrinthine streets, pursued by the enigmatic beings. The city seemed to shift around them, passages closing, new ones opening. It was as if the city was alive, guiding them. Ducking into a narrow alley, they caught their breath. Linda examined a small device she'd snatched from the obelisk's base, a disc inscribed with the same symbols. It pulsed with a faint glow, resonating with her heartbeat. "I think this is a key," she whispered. Peter nodded. "A key to what?" They had little time to ponder. The figures were closing in. Using the disc, Linda activated hidden mechanisms, revealing a secret chamber. Inside, they found records, holographic projections of the city's history. It was a repository of knowledge from an ancient civilization, possibly predating humanity. But with knowledge came danger. The city's guardians were not mere relics. They were protectors, programmed to eliminate intruders. Peter and Linda fought to survive, using their wits and the city's technology. They navigated traps, solved ancient puzzles, and uncovered secrets that hinted at connections between this civilization and humanity's origins. In a final confrontation, they faced the city's central AI, an entity with a fragmented consciousness. It saw them as both a threat and a potential salvation. Linda managed to communicate, convincing it they sought only knowledge, not destruction. The AI relented, granting them safe passage and access to its archives. As they emerged from the underground city, the morning sun blinding after days below, they knew they had discovered something beyond archaeological significance. They held the key to humanity's forgotten past and perhaps its future. But the city wasn't done with them. As they returned to the surface, strange phenomena began to occur. Lights flickered, electronic devices malfunctioned, and shadows seemed to move independently. The city had awoken, and with it, something ancient had stirred. Peter looked at Linda, determination in his eyes. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. They had survived the underground city, but their true adventure had only just begun.